Open-world games are all about freedom of movement and giving you the choice to create your own adventures in the given environment. Creating a massive digital world requires a lot of resources, however. And since we're looking for the best games, there will be a few paid ones among them. That's not such a bad thing, and it also gets rid of annoying ads. But enough talking, we have many games to go through, so let's get into it. Also, sub to the channel if you're new around here, it will be really appreciated. Number 10. The First Tree. Here's one thing you need to know. Although the gameplay is somewhat similar to The Wolf, pure animal simulation game, The First Tree is more complicated than that. The content of the game is divided into two layers of meaning. First, you play the role of a mother fox in the snow mountains of Alaska on a journey to find her cubs. Follow the light dots on the screen, which are the data that take you to the trees mentioned in the storyline, with the final location being the first tree. The fox's journey is just the tip of the story. On the journey, you will travel to the memory domain of a man named Joseph through the stories he is telling his wife, Rachel. Number 9. Flight. The name of the game sums up the gameplay of Flight largely. In the game, you will transform into a crow, freely hovering in the wild without any danger to it. You don't need to worry about predators, hunters, or natural enemies. Freedom to fly, explore the vast open environment with beautiful natural views. Cross the trees, fly through the jungle, and conquer the highest peaks. Nothing can stop a bird in the wild. Besides becoming a bird, you can also explore the forest under the ground. By touching the Transform button on the screen, you can instantly transform into a monk, a nature lover, and want to explore. There are many interesting underground places for you to explore, such as canyons, streams, and waterfalls. Number 8. The Dead Inside. The Dead Inside is an open-world action game that you can play alone and totally offline. Here, you'll play one of the few remaining survivors of a zombie apocalypse. Luckily, your character has a military background, so not only will you be prepared to fight against the undead, but you'll also be in contact with other members of the military. Unlike the vast majority of action games, The Dead Inside is an offline single-player adventure. The game starts out with your character armed solely with a rifle and the mission to find a friend who's sheltering in a nearby cabin. Although this is your main mission, you'll have complete freedom to explore your surroundings, which are full of all sorts of buildings. Number 7. The Legend of Qin. This is a 3D MMORPG mobile game based on the Legend of Qin anime series. The game is highly restorative of the classic plot, scenes, characters, and music of the Legend of Qin animated series, forming a rich game world that combines many elements of history, martial arts, and fantasy. After choosing your initial appearance, you get to start your life in ancient China. Your job is to level up your heroine by performing common tasks, discovering the story of the game, and facing other characters. These duels are pretty quick and are based on your level of reputation. Overall, this is a unique game with a story full of intrigue where you can capture the attention of several dreamy princes. Number 6. Dawn of Isles. Dawn of Isles is a 3D MMORPG set in a fantasy world similar to some parts of The Legend of Zelda. In this game, you explore enormous scenarios however you want, interacting with hundreds of characters, collecting tons of resources, and fighting against all kinds of monsters in real time. Before you begin playing, you create your own character by choosing from 4 different classes: Warrior, Explorer, Dancer, and Mage. You can also change the way your character looks down to the smallest detail, modifying eye color, makeup, face shape, lips, eyebrow position, nose size, and more. In the first half hour of the game, more or less, you'll get used to the gameplay and get to know the world of Dawn of Isles. Number 5. Wilderless. In Wilderless, you don't have any enemies, no missions, no teams, no puzzles, no anything, including noise, damage, or loss. Only moments of relaxation, real peace, in the mid of mountains, sunsets, rivers, flowers, and anything else can open your mind. You are a girl, or any guy, choose whatever looks you like, the outfit you want to wear the most, and go. You can move anywhere, any direction in an open space of the vast wild world that seems to have no end. When entering the free world of Wilderless, you will be able to choose to stop at a rockery, a hut, or a small house on the green steppe. Lie, relax, and watch the sunrise. or watch your eyes on the dimness, just to watch the last few rays of the sunset. Number 4. Guns N Spurs 2. The game tells the story of Jack Lane, a bounty hunter, on a journey to explore the wild territories of the western United States. During one of his missions, he went to Old West and realized that the place was very chaotic. The bad guys appear everywhere. After starting the game, you will probably notice that Guns N Spurs 2 has many similarities with Six Guns Gang Showdown. The two games have the same Western context and also the gameplay. After completing the tutorial with an NPC, you will know how to control the character. Jack can run, hide under wooden crates or rocks to evade attacks from enemies, using ropes and guns. And don't forget the horse, Jack's companion on every road. Number 3. The Pathless. This is an open-world adventure game in which you play as a nameless hunter who's tasked with ridding the land of an evil curse brought down by the main antagonist. There isn't much in the way of narration. Instead, you'll learn about this mysterious world from notes left behind by deceased hunters. Despite the Pathless's minimalist storytelling, you're compelled to push ahead and rid the land of its affliction. This is due in no small part to the Pathless's main draw. You traverse the large open-world maps by shooting floating crystals with arrows. This action propels your body forward. Hitting these crystals in rapid succession keeps you moving. Number 2. Sky Combat. Sky Combat is an action game that lets you control a bunch of fighter planes to fight in exciting battles full of realism. Take advantage of the 3D settings to locate all your enemies and use the features included in each aircraft to assert your authority. One of the most interesting aspects of Sky Combat is that you have to unlock pieces that can modify your fighter planes. That's right, you don't have to settle for the plane models available in the game. You can upgrade certain features yourself. Plus, the great visuals immerse you in each setting. You can also check out the number of enemies each team has taken down on the upper part of the interface. And finally, at number 1, we have Tower of Fantasy. This is the first game created by Hata Studio, set in a colorful open world similar to that of smash hit Genshin Impact. In fact, this game also combines exploration-based missions and object quests with dynamic, fast-paced combat. Of course, the first step of playing Tower of Fantasy is using the editor to create your character from scratch. All the customization options have an anime aesthetic and are highly detailed. Once you're done, you'll be ready to dive into this expansive world filled with plenty of surprises, enemies, and settings to explore. Graphics in Tower of Fantasy are truly superb, thanks in large part to all the details supported by Unreal Engine 4. And that's everything we've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. So leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I'm Paul, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.